super excited to tell you guys that I've extended my sponsorship with Skin Baron. Skin Baron is a marketplace that on average is 30% cheaper than the Steam market when it comes to CSGO skins. You can buy, you can sell, and you can find your favorite knife, SMG, rifle, pistol, whatever you may like in here. Gloves, they have a huge inventory of cool skins. So make sure to check them out in the link below the video. Once again, thank you to Skin Baron and thank you to you guys for supporting my content. I've done it before and I want to do it again. I want to make sure that every single one of you guys out there, whenever you're loading up Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you're prepared, you're ready, and you're warmed up to go in there, fight, get your elo, get your matchmaking rank, and win the goddamn game. Welcome to the 2022 perfect warm-up routine. I've divided this video into 3 different sections. First and foremost, the movement section. You want to make sure that you can move freely around in the game without bumping into any corners, without missing any jumps, or basically not feel comfortable when you're moving around. Movement in Counter-Strike is essential if you want to be a good player, so warming up and practicing your movement is a great idea. Second, of course, the aim training. You want to make sure that when you head into a matchmaking game, when you head into a face-it fight, that your aim is crisp, that you're ready to take on the duels, because there's going to be duels 24/7 in Counter-Strike. And then third section, you combine section 1, movement, combine section 2, aim into one section, number 3, which is game ready scenarios. So you better pay close attention to this video, guys, because I promise you that if you practice like this and if you warm up like I'm showing you in this video, you will come out as a better Counter-Strike player than before watching this video. So make sure to pay attention. First and foremost, I want your movement to be crisp. I want to make sure that you're feeling the game, that you're feeling comfortable moving around in Counter-Strike. So head into your workshop and get some of the movement maps. It could be the Bedway movement challenge, it could be the CSGO hub that offers you a lot of different warm-up methods, it could be the jumps training. I'll take my base point right here in the CSGO hub map, as there's a course that allows you to jump certain jumps, you know, move around in certain different ways that will allow you to master your movement and get warmed up with your movement. So get into CSGO hub and be ready with me. I'll leave a link below the video where you can download the map. Once you go into the map, you hit movement, you hit KC, and you're ready. Now, this course you may have seen before in one of my warm-up or movement videos, but it's one of those courses that allows you to, I guess, experience it at a lot of different levels. Now, the first couple of jumps are relatively easy. You just jump and you jump and you jump, using crouch, using your movement right here, long jumps, and as said, you know, if you find this part of the map hard, that's good. You practice until it's easy for you. You want to make sure that you're warming up, getting up to the fence, getting over here, doing a high jump right here where you're crouching. See, even I fail once in a while. You do another long jump, etc, etc, etc. You continue. Now, the reason I want you to warm up your movement is that the more comfortable you're feeling in the movement, the more comfortable you'll be in certain aim duels as well, where you're using your movement to position yourself in the best possible scenario in order to take down your opponent. Now, running through this course is definitely gonna help you to warm up your movement. And once you're into the groove, right, you can do it faster and faster and faster, and try to minimize mistake. Try to do double jumps right here. Don't mess anything up. Hitting every single jump so far, etc, etc, etc. Once I get over to the tough part right here, this is when you turn in your skill. Can I make the long jump? Yeah. Can I make the stair jump? Yeah. Right? You're just going for it. Oh, I failed. Well, you move on, boys. You move on, because you're failing a couple of times. And that's why we warm up. The more you fail, the more aware you get that you're not perfect in your movement. And the less you fail, I guess, when you're warming up, the more stable you are, the higher your bottom level of your movement is. So make sure you use this course, make sure you learn this course, and make sure you don't get discouraged. Sorry, it doesn't matter how good you are at doing this course, it doesn't matter how fast you can do it. See if you can beat my time in 46 seconds. Fact of the matter is, the more you do this course, the more you learn of this course, the better. Warm up your movement, get comfortable with your movement, because it's gonna help you when we move into part 2, which is the aiming department. And this, boys and girls, is where it gets super exciting, because I'm introducing you guys to something called Refract, which is a CSGO training tool that's gonna take you to the next level and make sure that you are properly warmed up for your Counter-Strike games. Pay attention. We all want that crisp aim. We all want to look like Nico or Simple or Cyru for that matter, whenever they pick up the AWP or pick up the rifle and just destroy their opponents. And obviously, warming up your aim is very important in Counter-Strike. Personally, I'm using Refract, which is a CSGO training tool that allows you to combine all these different modes into one simple space. They're hosting the server for you, a server which I'm on right now, and it allows me to go through all these different practice tools. There's something called Restrat, Nader, where you practice your nades. You have multiplayer modes where you can play duels, retakes, B-rush, scrim, etc. But I want to focus on the warm-up section right here. 3 different ways of warming up: pre-fire, waves, and crossfire. First and foremost, I'm going to walk through the pre-fire, which is a great way of getting ready for the game. You know where the bots are situated, you know where they're standing, but warming up and getting a feeling for it, well, you're already now starting to combine your movement with the aim training. So let's jump into the pre-fire section first and foremost. All I do is hit it right here. I'm going to choose Mirage, and I'm going to get ready to pre-fire the shit out of some bots. Now, for full transparency, I'm co-owner of this tool called Refrag, a tool where basically the vision for the program is that everything I needed when I was a pro player, everything I would have loved to have access to when I was a pro player, is what we're trying to integrate into Refrag now with the Nader, with the Restrat, and now also with all these different warm-up tools. You can download workshop maps as well, where you can try pre-fire mods, but I promise you, nothing will perform as a Refrag server. We're hosting the server for you. I chose a 128 tick server from Sweden, which means my ping is low. I have nothing to do with hosting the server in the sense that Refrag is doing that for me. So instead of going to a workshop map where you lose FPS, you lose performance, Refrag is hosting the server for me online, exactly as if you're playing in a matchmaking game or Faceit game. Now, the cool thing about Refrag as well is that I can choose to host the server in 128 tick if I'm warming up for a Faceit game. I can also choose to host the server in 64 tick if I'm warming up for a matchmaking game. In the example I'm showing you right here, it is 128. So let's get to it. Let's play some pre-fire and get ready for the first Faceit game of the day. Now, while I'm playing this, it's important to notice 2 things. It's okay to fail. It's okay to get killed by a bot. These bots on Refrag servers are ruthless. If you miss too much and if you expose too much of your body, you will be destroyed. But the next minute, I'm gonna play some pre-fire so you can see how you get into the rhythm and allow myself to die a couple of times as well. As you can see, I'm using my movement already. I don't want to expose too much of my own body. Just exposing myself to one bot at a time, otherwise they'll kill me. They're ruthless. But already now, I'm starting to combine my aim with my movement in this pre-fire course. And as you can see, if you miss your shots, these bots will punish you. So it's a great reality check as well. You want to make sure that you're obviously fast. You got it under control. But again, you miss your shots, the bots will punish you. I've played this before, as you can see, so I know where the bots are, and that's a great advantage. Once you get familiar with the map, once you get familiar with the bots, you can start to move faster and faster and faster. And see if you have what it takes in order to be a pre-fire king. There we go, finished. Great way of warming up. Pre-fire, pre-fire, pre-fire. You run through this course 4 or 5 times and you're ready, right? You're pre-firing your way into it. Let's move on to part 2 of the aim training, part 2 of the aim warm-up. What I'm going to show you now is something called crossfire, which is something we invented with this Refrag warm-up tool. I think it's the best thing ever to happen to me in terms of warming up, because it's a game mod that is kind of replicating in-game scenarios where bots are peeking out from different positions and you gotta be ready for it. So if you've never seen crossfire before, if you've never warmed up like this before, I think this will be a groundbreaking experience for you. So pay close attention and see exactly how I'm using this tool in order to get fully ready for my Counter-Strike games. I have to stay in with the green circles, and as you can see, the bots are peeking out, and oh, I wasn't fast enough. I died. There we go. Boom. Moving on to the next level. You can see how I'm using my movement. I'm hiding behind the wall because I don't want to expose myself to all the bots at the same time. I do that, I know I'm gonna die. Same here, using the movement, using the aim, using the wall again, using the movement. Alright, next position. Moving on. Gets tougher and tougher and tougher. Long range duels right here. Again, I'm using my movement to hide from the bots. I know that if I'm exposing myself too much, I'll be killed. If I'm fighting 2 bots at the same time, I'll be killed. So over now, I'm integrating my movement into playing this mod. You can do this on 8 to 9 different maps with refrag, but I think Mirage is a great example. Alright, I finished. We take another turn where the difficulty will be raised. Know exactly how to move around. Know exactly how to play this position. Because now I've done it. And there, I fucked up. Got punished. You move on. Cool, right? Crossfire. Genius. Game-like scenarios. You gotta be ready. You gotta be efficient. And as you saw, if you're not ready, if you're missing out on your movement, if you're missing out on your aim, you will be punished by the bots. Using Crossfire to warm up is essential for my warm up now. So please integrate that into your gameplay if you want to be the next top-notch Counter-Strike player. Now let's combine the entire thing. We're done playing movement, we're done playing pre-fire, we're done playing crossfire. Let's combine it into a real game scenario, playing free-for-all deathmatch. It is probably one of the toughest way of playing Counter-Strike. You gotta be fast, you gotta be efficient, you gotta be precise, you gotta use everything we just learned on crossfire and pre-fire. With your aim warmed up, you're gonna be moving around. With your movement warmed up, you're gonna feel free in the server. And then it's all about hitting the shots and staying aware. And don't be too frustrated. I'm gonna die a couple of times, as you see in these clips. No doubt I'm gonna get shot in the back, I'm gonna miss a duel. Someone is gonna be faster, someone is gonna be better. Someone is gonna hit a better shot than me. But the thing is, the more you warm up, the more you play this, the less likely you are to die. The less likely you are to lose your duel, like I just did right there. You just gotta put in the practice. Put in everything we just learned, using crossfire, using pre-fire, hitting headshots left, right, and center. And as you can see, warm-up has done me well. I'm actually hitting my shots right now. Oh, that's a great example of why you warm up. You want to make sure that what you just saw right there does not happen for you often. It will happen. Doesn't matter whether you're pro player, doesn't matter whether you're Nico, Simple, or Saibu. You will have rounds, you will have situations where you're just not hitting your shots. But you can also see right here, with 8 kills in a row, I'm on a streak. I feel comfortable. I feel free in the server. I can move around freely. All thanks to the warm-up we just did. So make sure, guys, you put in the hours, make sure you put in the work, and make sure that you put in the 3 different mods that I just showed you and combine them onto when you're playing deathmatch. That's what counts, right? You want to kill your opponents. It's cool to be killing bots, but the more real-life people you can kill in this game, the better you're gonna feel, no doubt about it. And that, my friends, was the whole point of the video. Make sure you practice the individual, I guess, attributes, skill sets you need in order to combine them all on a deathmatch server, and then you jump into your matchmaking. And then you jump into your face-it game. It's very important to train your aim. It's very important to train your movement. It's very important to train your reflexes, your pre-firing, your cross-firing as well. You're getting addicted to that mod, trust me. It's important to train all these different skill sets. And once you're on the server and you're able to combine them in different scenarios, when you're clutching, when you're pre-firing, when you're intro-fracking, etc., you will instantly feel that you become better and better and better over time. It's simple. I often get asked, how do I become a better Counter-Strike player? And the boring answer is you play more, you practice harder. How do you think Cristiano Ronaldo got to be good at football? Well, he was playing an awful lot of football. How do you think any handball player, basketball player, or freaking polo player in the world gets good at what they do? Well, they play their sport, they play their game, and they practice an awful lot. No different here in Counter-Strike. You can be efficient, and I will tell you that if you're practicing like I just showed you right here, you are going to be more efficient than 99.9% of people playing Counter-Strike. Thus, you will get better faster. But there's no easy route. Hard work, put in the hours, put in the effort, and you will become a better Counter-Strike player. This is my warm-up routine. This is my practice routine. Make sure to use it if you want to. I promise you, do this every day for a couple of weeks. Warm up for half an hour, and you will see results. If not, I'll give you a free sub on Twitch. Who cares? Trust me, it's working.